The delay, we just had to take a short break just to get some things settled out that we needed to get done. Hope you guys had time to go get a drink or go to the restroom, whichever made you feel better. Eric says that his big crap is now complete, so I hope he does feel better. Still, man, that is TMI. All right? TMI. So, okay, here we go. Let's see what we've got for the next one. We got the Blockade. Hell yeah. We actually got one that's going to pay very well and give us some good stuff. And this is local. This is against Serpentis, so we're all pretty well stacked to handle that.
Yep, I'm switching my ammo back from the fusion back to phased plasma, so I'll be doing massive thermal damage with this.
And this is wave after wave after wave. That is why it is called the Blockade. They are guarding, if I remember right, a Stargate, and we are to destroy everyone that shows up. They should come in waves of between 8 and 15, so we'll just have to see how that goes. Eric is bidding us farewell as he is going to install the 8.1 Windows preview. Good luck, man. Hopefully it doesn't hurt anything any more than it already has been. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and undock. Is everybody out there and ready?
I'm undocked.
Everybody that needs to go anyway. I'll leave 99 docked up until after we warp off, and then I'll undock him.
And that will get us just a bit more bonus, which will be kind of handy for our shield repping friends here, which happens to be all of us tonight.
Yes.
So in we go at 0, and we'll just get started right on this. And no, I am not drinking beer on cam tonight. I am drinking iced tea. It's pretty close to the same, just doesn't get me drunk.
Which I'm not sure I'd want to see you drunk.
I, on the other hand, am drinking 4-shot margaritas. So, I'm on my third one.
Is it top shelf or is it bottom shelf?
It is Patron, sir. Patron.
So he is on a very top shelf drink there, costing him about $8 or $9 a drink. And that's okay. He can do that. So here we go. We have a lot of battleships already in here. We also have a stasis tower that already has me locked. So I'm going to go ahead and lock out my short-range sentries since most of the stuff here is fairly close. And we're just going to get started right on taking these guys out.
I've already started on the stasis tower, and there it went.
Yep, so did I. So here we go. We're going to work our way down the list here and start taking out these cruisers, and then we're going to move straight into the battleships. Now, the battleships tonight look like they're about half a hundred million. Excuse me. Jeez Louise, 500,000 each. Get tongue-tied just trying to talk tonight. And I am the one who has taken all the aggro at this point, except one ship, which happens to probably be locked onto one of the sentries. But it has me cross-locked. But it looks like it's almost dead anyway. And that was the trigger, so we've already got the next wave in, so I'm going to have to switch to long range and start taking them out.
If I remember right on this one, the highest ranking ship is the one that triggers the next wave. So you had shot the Grand Admiral, I think it was there, which had triggered our next wave.
Well, I didn't want
Serpentis.
things to get unexciting, so...
We can definitely keep it exciting, but I'm going to go ahead and still take out these cruisers that are inbound just to get that amount of damage off of our plate.
Yes, take them out because they have me sensor damped 7 ways to Sunday. And my lock range is probably about 15k right now.
Is it the Guardians that are hitting you?
It is all the cruisers that are sensor dampening me.
Okay, well, I will just work my way through them. If Kelthor can continue to work on the battleships that are up close, that would be wonderful, as we can get that damage off the field.
And that is what I am doing as well.
As you can see, I have my 7 targets locked, and we are just pounding right through this. This is not being a real issue with the number of people that are here, so we're not having an excess amount of damage being done to anyone. We've all actually, at this point, looks like we're down no more than 10%. on any of our shields at this point. There we go. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next one here. I've got some frigates starting to come into range here that I want to get taken out before they actually get in close. So we're going to have to start working on those here in just a second.
Yep, I have locked the frigates and I am already switching on to them, and we'll start taking them out.
Working on the chief guard. He's the one messing with the sensors.
And here we are on to the next one.
Alright, those 2 frigates are down, so I will start working on these cruisers that are by me. I believe that Corps Admiral is probably the trigger.
And I believe I have all these sensor blocks on me.
That's okay.
Yes.
While you're being sensor dampened to hell, we are popping them just as quickly as we can here. They're dying fairly
they have
rapidly.
Switched off of me.
I think the rear admiral this time would be the highest one, so it wants to be the last one on your lock list so that we can get it taken out.
And I completely forgot about that. But I forgot the Loki gets bonuses to stasis web range, so my T2 stasis web is actually 25k instead of the normal 12 that it would be.
Makes things very nice for us. The other way to know which one is going to be the trigger when you're running these missions is it's typically the highest amount won. And actually on this one, it might actually be the Corps Admiral that we want to be the last one that we do, since it happens to be at 880,000 ISK.
Yes, this one, it is the highest ranking one, which normally the highest ranking is the highest paying one. So we will just have to work through them, and we are far enough through these that we can probably start killing him so we can get the next spawns moving in, because they will warp in at about 40 to 50k out, if not a little farther.
I think we're all on separate ones, so let's go ahead and finish off the ones we're on, and then we'll all switch to that Corps Admiral and see if we can't quickly pop him.
Well, we might not all be on the same target, but they all are, because they were all on me. Luckily, apparently, they are using rails, so as soon as I get within a certain range, they are switching targets off of me. I am, as we had said earlier, using a speed tank. I do have a medium Pitham C shield booster on, just to keep myself safe. I would rather not lose this ship.
Because as well as losing the ship, he would also lose skill points, which do include real days that you would have to retrain to be able to fly it at the same level he is now.
Yes, Tech 3, if you lose the ship, you lose one whole level on the last skill trained for it. So you do have to keep that in mind when you are flying one of these. Which in turn would end up being about 5 days of skill training.
So we've taken that one out, and we do have the next wave coming in here. As you can see, the payout is starting to get a little bit nicer. We have a Vice Admiral at 768,000. So the payout on this particular mission is quite nice, because it continues to make sure that you're getting quite a bit. The types of ships that we're actually killing will also help too, because that means we're going to get better salvage and hopefully better loot out of them.
And I am. I'm not.
And this Vice Admiral here next to me should be the trigger.
As soon as I'm done with this Rear Admiral, I will be moving on to him to start firing.
Yes, I'm on the Port Admiral that is right next to him, so as soon as he is gone, I will switch over.
Now to make him wish he was never born, which shouldn't take too much. There we go. Now we have another wave that just came in. So I'm still on my long range ones, so we're going to just keep locking them up. We have 3 that came in the other direction. Here, somewhere here. They should have came in there. I don't know what. There they are. They're down below us. That are the 3 high ones that we are going to have to kill next. So they will be who we are after next.
Since I'm already on this one side here, I will just continue to take these guys out. I'm taking out the frigates. Cruisers are next on the list, and then the one battleship that is here.
And then we already have the payout on these guys are 881,000, 993,000, and 881,000. So almost 2.75 million between the 3 of them, which is fairly decent if you're doing this solo. You actually make quite a bit of money doing this one by yourself. And it's one of the ones that you hope to get when you're doing your level 4 missions.
I see that I am somewhat wasting some of Kelthor's ammo there as I see his cruise missiles flying past as I'm killing the targets before his missiles can even get to them.
And now we've had a whole nother wave come in, so apparently those really high value guys were not the correct ones to kill this time. It was apparently the first battleship in that group. Which is not a problem. We're going to go ahead and just continue working on. It's actually a little more fun if there's more guys here, because then we have something else to continue to shoot at.
I am going to start heading towards these 3 battleships that are below you guys. Work my way towards them since they have me locked up.
I'm trying to take out these frigates before they're in range. They do happen to be moving quite fast with their micro warp drives on, and it does make them harder to hit. But there we go.
Actually, that should make them a little easier to hit because the micro warp drives will increase their signature radius by 500%. So, and they should be flying straight at you, which should make them fairly easy targets for sentries.
Well, my sentries were revolting because they weren't hitting them.
They just didn't like you. They liked them better.
That would be my guess. The last of these guys are going now. I do not think there is another wave. I think this was the last wave of who is here. That Lord Admiral should be worth 1.2 million. That does signal the end of this mission. It should be the last guy who comes in. I do not recall that there was another wave after this.
It has been a long time since I have gotten this mission. I run most of my missions in Caldari space, so I have not seen this mission in some many months.
Now, one of the things you'll run into, that being he is 1.2 million ISK, he is going to take quite a bit of DPS to actually take out. Now, for us, any one of us solo should be able to do that just fine. If you're new to level 4s, as I recall, you have to have a hair over 500 DPS to actually take out his tank. Otherwise, he will just sit there, rep your damage, and laugh at you. And welcome to the new viewer that just joined. I don't see your name on the list, or I'd give you a shout out, but do welcome and hope you enjoy. Trini says, have a good night, guys. He's off for real life socializing. Do enjoy, and hopefully you don't get too drunk while you're out tonight.
And you will have these last two dead before I can even get within range. I will at least be able to get my single heavy launcher onto him to maybe get one missile hit before he's gone.
And the mission objective is now complete. We have completed this one. So now our salvager can jump in here and start cleaning up the multitude of wrecks that we have left behind. There should be just quite a bit of ISK that comes out of this one. So I'm going to go ahead and go dock back up here and see what we get for the next one.
Just a bit of a salvage update for any of you guys that would like to know. The last 3 missions we ran have actually given us a total of 42,600,000 estimated price on all the salvage and loot.
Okay, so now that that one's done, let's see what we get for the next one. Hopefully we get a